Wow.
Here we are.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Words.
Yeah. What's your name? Where'd you come from?
Where'd you come
What you
from?
been doing here?
Yeah, where'd you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? My name's Arka, and I'm from Essex in England. And what am I doing here? Well, so many levels to that question, but I came to this fasting retreat out of curiosity, I would say. I met Kier around, September last year. And yeah,
in a garden.
In a garden
of my ex-housemate's leaving party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'd followed a load of random synchronous kind of events and was following these wisps of destiny. And then there's this like final boss assistant called Kier, and he's like, yeah, do you want to like hang out? Sure, sounds good. And yeah, one event led to another, and I was very drawn to try the fasting, mainly out of curiosity, because yeah, as you know, I don't really have any like chronic physical issues. I'm quite a healthy individual. I exercise and train a lot, eat relatively clean. But it was more curiosity towards the releasing of energy, going into and resolving pain that is still there, that's limiting my experience of reality. And yeah, it was just to kind of dip my toes in the water with longer fasting. I'd done by myself at home a 3-day water fast and a 5-day dry fast, and discovered very quickly that doing it back home was challenging because at the time I was living with my dad, and to put it bluntly, he has like Willy Wonka's chocolate factory in the kitchen, and I'd break the fast, and like by the end of the day I'd be like, damn, a chocolate biscuit looks really good.
Yeah.
And then I just really felt as though all that progress that I could have made has been tarnished in many ways. So to come here in a space where, you know, there's some level of seclusion, you're around people that are also fasting, and to be doing it with you, someone that's like really experienced in my eyes, just felt like a really good call.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's like, you know, a bit about why I'm here, I guess. Yeah.
Awesome, man. Yeah, man. 14 days. 2 whole weeks.
Yeah.
Nothing but water.
Yeah, there would be a time in my life where if you said that I would be going 2 weeks without eating, I would definitely think that I'd like gone off the rails and was gonna die.
Yeah.
But it turns out
you didn't die.
I didn't die, and right now I feel more alive than ever. Yeah, especially today. Like it's been a lot of energy, but it turns out you can completely survive 2 weeks without food. And actually learn a lot about yourself. And it's something that I'll definitely be doing again, without a doubt. As you kind of said over the weeks here, it's like a tool that's now in my back pocket that I can use whenever I need it. So that's just awesome to know that I can access this this tool that is good for my health. It's not even just for physical, like as I said, I was doing it more for like spiritual, emotional reasons, but physically I'm, you know, feeling great as well. So awesome. Yeah, it was a challenge, 2 weeks. There was many ups, many downs. Some days felt like death, like many identities of like that I've held onto from the past coming up, as this has been quite a transitional period of my life anyway.
Yeah.
And yeah, some days where the amount of energy and the clarity of perception is just so strong and so vivid. And yeah, the ability to see my own patterns with clarity. Because in my experience, like the mind becomes quieter in some ways. And so you're more sensitive to the dynamics that are arising in the mind and body. And therefore, you're able to work through these deeper patterns, these deeper conditionings that aren't usually like available to your awareness.
Yeah, man. And yeah, it was epic to witness, dude. Yeah, and I think like the degree to which you were so open and willing to share what was coming up for you, I think really made a big impact on the group. You know, something that I talked about when referencing that passage from David White talking about vulnerability. And yeah, that sometimes all it takes is somebody to step forward first, and it opens the whole space up for other people to feel more comfortable to share. And I think that was something you did on many occasions. And yeah, I just wanted to really thank you sincerely for that, because I think, yeah, not only is that a massive contribution to the space and to the other people, but like, yeah, I just think it says a lot about your character that when you're in such a volatile and vulnerable state, that you're still willing to do that. Yeah, I think it's awesome, man. And yeah, wow, like it was quite a roller coaster for you, eh? Like, when you got through a lot of work.
I did.
Yeah, I remember looking at a broad variety of different bits and pieces. Yeah, would you be happy to maybe just like go into a few of the things that came up for you? Maybe if you can bring to mind any particular points in the fast that stand out for you, that would be awesome.
Yeah, for sure. I'd say like the core thing that I was working through was autonomy. If I was to choose like one word, it's autonomy.
Yeah.
Because essentially there's so much of my childhood conditioning coming up in this retreat, and a lot of it centered around my mother and how I'd learned to suppress the emotions of anger, and that has really made it very difficult for me to enact my will upon reality, to enact change and direction, and carve out my own destiny in a sense. So a lot of the themes were around how I've limited myself, how I've abandoned myself, and can it so easily fall into the pattern of trying to accommodate for everyone else and make sure that their needs are met, that they're happy, that they're peaceful, at the expense of actually finding what is my peace, what is my happiness. And it's really opened up a lot more doors for me, and shown me how much more there is to do, which I'm super grateful for.
Awesome.
But yeah, there's a recognition here definitely of it's just a foot in the door of some of these patterns, but I don't think I would have been able to reach this point as quickly without the fast.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was some points where, especially in the morning sharings, like I really love those. It's just like a space of vulnerability, and I really felt so safe with the group to open up. And I think actually it was like day 3 of my refeed was when I had a big release.
Yeah.
In that sharing space.
Turns out I don't know who I am.
Yeah, that was deep, and it was hard to admit that. But yeah, we were speaking about
that you like hadn't had the space to find out, sort of thing, right?
Yeah.
Just paraphrasing.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it was coming off the back of some Enneagram kind of work that you were mentioning, which I know you love. And yeah, realizing that I'm a type 9, and the energy that was coming back into my body from the food was energizing all of these processes back up. And it was allowing me to actually go further into these things that had been explored in the fast. And it was a deep realization that I never had the chance to actually explore who I am, because the conditioning to accommodate for others and abandon myself was so young that, and I was writing about this today, that I didn't really get a childhood. I had to grow up and become a parent for my parents, like really quickly. And there's this part of me now that's, after this retreat, going on a big traveling adventure, and it's all about me having a shitload of fun and just going and playing.
Getting what you deserve.
Yeah.
What you're owed.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, man.
And that's involving as well, starting to have some more healthy boundaries with parents and friends and just people in general, and respecting my need for space. When I need to rest, I rest. When I want to play, I play, rather than putting expectations on myself, trying to second guess what someone else wants from me, because that's just a fucking lot of effort, really. Like, to constantly be thinking, oh, am I pleasing this person or not, rather than actually just doing what pleases me. That saves a lot of energy.
Yeah.
But it's going to take time and practice to keep coming back to myself.
Yeah, exactly. It's that distinction in it between like knowing that those things aren't necessarily mutually exclusive, that you can be doing entirely what you want as a consequence of your own will, that is also supportive to other people.
Yeah.
As opposed to, I'm immediately going to abandon that and just be with whatever that person needs, which is, I guess, like what you're talking about, a long-term habit and breaking that. Yeah, wow, man, fuck, so much to talk about. Yeah, I guess one thing that comes up for me when you're talking some of the things that you said there about like, it's a foot in the door, that like, I think this can be true for quite a lot of people when they think about fasting, and how, you know, to so many people out there, the idea of going 2 weeks with no food on just water is insane. You know, the response of, I don't think I could do that. Like, I would be rich if I had £1 for every time somebody said that to me. When the truth is that what they really mean is that my habits feel so compelling and strong that I don't know if I would have the mental capacity or emotional capacity to do what my body can probably do just fine. And I think because when people can get over that and start leaning into the idea of it, because it's such a thing that's so far removed from day-to-day culture and can be considered extreme, you know, people might think, and I've seen this a few times, of like, if I do this thing that's really powerful, really extreme, and like that barely anyone else does, that's going to really, you know, like deal with the things that I'm facing. Whereas it isn't about that. It's not a fix. It's not an experience which by the end of it everything's over.
It's a reveal.
It's exactly. It's it allows you to know where you are, to give you, to recalibrate your position so that you can do what you want to do, address what you want to address. And don't get me wrong, like there are things that can resolve completely during a fast, particularly like physical issues that are long-standing, but the deeper emotional work and the work which so many people here have been going through around really a lifetime of habits that have come from early conditioning. A fast cannot fix that. It can't fix it. Don't do fasting thinking that will be it. It just doesn't work like that. It gives you the opportunity for your body and energy to reveal to you the information related to the conditioning with a sharper lens, and to grow in the capacity to know how and what is necessary to work through it, right? And that does come with genuine release of information that isn't necessarily supportive in the body. But yeah, I just think it's an important point that it doesn't fix the thing. It's the person's intention and demeanor and will and capacity to use what comes out in the fast. And I think like that's been awesome to see that happen with you, and you know, and all the work that we've done leading up to this as well. For context, Arka and I have been working together for, well, I guess not long after we met in that garden.
We started properly in January. So it's been a turbocharged 4 months.
Yeah. And I think, you really embody that understanding that, like the revealing and witnessing and coming to terms with truth as a starting point that then requires lived experience of living out the new truths and understandings that you discover. And I think that's just so healthy and super cool, man. And like, that's where, you know, you can take this gift, which is what these experiences are, which is what, you know, a fast like this in the south of France in beautiful conditions with a bunch of people that are willing and ready to receive what you have to share. That's the gift that then, like, it's now on you. It's now on you to take that, now that you've done this for yourself, you've accepted this gift and worked with it, to then run with that and exercise it into your life, right?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, cool.
Very well said.
Yeah, yeah. And I guess, yeah, any reflections on that? There's more I can say. I just don't want to talk for too long.
Yeah, one thing that come up, I guess, is just a bit of just adding a little bit, which is that I think for me in the past, I've definitely observed a tendency to like desire knowledge, and I still love knowledge because I find it interesting. I've always enjoyed reading, but as you say, like if you come into this with just like an intellectual curiosity and you just want to stimulate knowledge, then you might not get much out of it, because it's about, as you say, bringing this new dawn of understanding into your life.
Yes.
And integration is key. Like without integration, we might know all of the wisdom in the universe up here, but we're not living it down here.
Yeah.
So for me at this point in my life, coming out of this fast, I'm really, really coming into a deeper respect for the value of me constantly being more in my body and just being more attuned to the sensations. Because a lot of my dynamics force me out of the body more into my mind. And the last couple of years has been noticing this and doing enough work where I can start to occupy my body more and more and allow consciousness to fully live inside the body. And I spent many years like in spiritual traditions where, you know, it's essentially allowing and perpetuating like emotional repression. Like you are awareness, you are the awareness behind thinking and behind emotions, and there's a validity to that for me. But there's also it's very easy to get trapped in being this kind of limitless, like this formless, invisible entity, which plays perfectly into a type 9 kind of, I don't have any form, I can be all the forms. And now it's like, well, I'm going to actually create my own identity, which is fucking sick. It's like I'm coming from a place of like formlessness. It's like I'm actually creating and crafting this fullness of identity. And the further I go into the deconditioning, the more freedom there is to create that identity and to create that life, which is what you mentioned about the power of choice. And in these spiritual traditions in the past, you know, they talk about choiceless awareness, or awareness doesn't have, you know, we don't have free will on a certain level. There's all of these teachings that I've explored that I could talk about. But now in this chapter, I'm so done with that stuff. Like it served a purpose, helped to also reinforce certain like conditioning patterns. And now I'm coming through that. The value of choice is just so important for me. Remembering in every moment that I have choice.
Beautiful.
Choice to choose myself, you know, choice to love myself. Choice to give myself space, and choice to say fuck you to someone, which would be really hard for me to do. Still is hard for me to do. But, you know, I'm acknowledging that I can start to embody that reality. You know.
Hell yeah, man. Yes. Wow. Yeah, I mean, really profound, mate. And I think it's so, like you say, that process when people go on these spiritual journeys, I think it's like, it's like that trap is part of the learning, innit? It's like we were talking about, that the seeking as an expression of pain is part of the process of arriving at a place of being like, okay, it was only me, it was only I, it was only this, it was only what is here anyway, it's only my conditioning that has relevance in terms of like an embodied place of expression. And it's like that distinction between what knowledge can do to like take the edge off the conditioning, right? It's
It's like a little
yeah,
sedative.
yeah, exactly. And I see that a lot. I see that a lot in spiritual practice and like the way that people talk about it, and in some of the, sometimes in the way that people that, you know, consider themselves in some way a master, or like that they have some kind of authority. And I think, it can mean that people waste time, but that, you know, that there is, it's difficult for me to watch sometimes, to be quite honest, because it's a long way. It could be a long way round to the arrival in understanding that the process of freeing oneself from past information in the body to then utilize the understandings that come with that to embody one's own knowing as a lived process is going to result in the thing that is driving that search anyway, right? Which is like, in some way, to be free of suffering, to be free of more suffering. And you can only go so far by being like, oh, I now know I am the light of the world. I am the light of awareness. I am the formless cosmos embodied in all things. It's like, yeah, cool, man. But like, that bullshit from when you were 11 is still living in your left arm. You still have, you know, problems with your gut because of an internalized aspect of some experience in your teens. You're still, your empathy is still on overdrive to the point of abandonment because of your childhood conditioning. Like, it's like that simultaneous, the truth exists in the mind, and there may be some aspect of that person's energy with which it resonates. But in terms of living those truths, it has to take the internal embodied energetic work. And I think it's been such a privilege for me, and like so fucking heartwarming, to be honest, man. And like also really like revive has, when I say revive my faith, it's been encouraging and enriching and like rejuvenating in my faith in seeing you do this whole 180, to do this whole 180 of like, it's not actually, I'm not bothered about that stuff anymore. Sure, it has relevance and I'm glad I did it, but I want my embodied experience of freedom. I want to know who I can be in every day, in every moment of each day, and not need this experience of searching to abandon oneself in some way, even though it might be through some insidious means of blending into the rest of the cosmos. And I think, this has just been another means of that kind of energy work, under the bracket of energy work, to help with that embodied process of living one's truth. So, yeah.
Thank you, brother.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. We've come such a long way.
Yeah, mate. I mean, you've turbocharged your process. Like, for everybody's kind of context, I've been working with people for over 2.5 years now, formally, using my capacity to read information in the mind and body in the context of past pain and that person's presence and energy, to help people move through aspects of their internal state that they no longer want to endure. And I don't think ever in my time of doing that, as well as like the 6 years that I was doing informally before to develop my own practice, have I witnessed somebody hit the fucking exponential of change in that work as I've witnessed with you. It took 3 or 4 sessions and you just did the work. You just did the work. And so I really appreciate your trust and leaning into it in a way where like it has made it possible to be so collaborative with you. And I guess I have seen that potential vulnerability in you from the beginning of like the absence of availability to you and expressing your own discernment and your will of like what is right for you and what is wrong for you. And like all it has felt like has been necessary is looking after that aspect of you enough with this work until you can own it yourself. And I think yeah, you just like flew through it, mate. You've done what takes people years and years to do in like 5 months. And like, I feel like I am speaking to a very different man and I use that word intentionally, a different man to the guy, to the man's body that a boy was still living in like 6 months ago. And, you know, I see a young man in front of me that has the capacities and wherewithal and boundaries and, you know, like groundedness to take on the fucking world. And that's what you're going to go do.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That means a lot.
No worries, bro. Yeah, man.
Yeah. I do feel a lot of power.
Yeah.
A lot of power. And I know that just by nourishing what I've found here, by keeping the understanding in my heart of what needs to be done, that will just become stronger and stronger. And I'm really excited to see what I can create for myself with this new vitality, this new, it's just this conviction in myself that keeps growing stronger to just be like, I know what I'm doing. And I've always thought there's this like program in the background of like, oh no, other people know more than me what they're doing. And it's actually realizing that a lot of people don't know what the fuck they're doing. And actually I do, like to some extent I do. You know, I haven't got it all figured out, but you know, I'm doing pretty good. Yeah, I've got enough to have some conviction in myself, you know? Yeah,
if you can place that next foot forward with some degree of, like you say, this word that's come up a lot throughout this fast for you, conviction, then like, yeah, you're already winning.
Yes.
So fuck yeah, man.
I just wanted to say as well, like, I just have loved, I mean, I've never done a fasting retreat before, but the energy work combined with the fasting, it's just like absolutely like powerful. It's so powerful. And I think like, yeah, you're gonna open up so many doors for so many people with this, because I mean, what you do already with the energy work is so unique. I mean, I'd never met anyone that was doing this specific kind of stuff, and combining that with fasting, it's like two really powerful modalities coming together that really, really synergize and support each other. And yeah, I just want to say how, you know, incredible you've been through these 4 months, bro. And yeah, like I've also found a great friend, like truly like a brother. So yeah, I'm just so grateful.
Yeah, me too, man. Yeah, thank you for sharing that and saying that. I appreciate it. Yeah, and it's you know, it's part of my calling in the way that you are about to go off and, you know, discover more of what yours is. And yeah, I guess that, you know, the energy work and fasting, kind of the same thing. I'm just putting words, just making conscious the information that energy is already bringing up in that person's being. And then a bit of massage as well to encourage it along the way. And I expect, well, let's not say expect, I anticipate you to be a part of these experiences going forward, because I feel your enthusiasm for these kind of transformative processes that are really grounded in reality. Grounded in reality.
Yes, that's it. Real, raw human experience. And that's what we want, I think. You know, that's what we really want. We just want real, down to earth human experiences. And yeah, I mean, this is one of the best experiences of my life. So yeah, I'm just full of gratitude, man.
Wicked, bro. Well, maybe to wrap up, so we're not here forever, could you maybe just share about what you're going to be up to over the next few months, and like, taking the context of everything that you've shared, and what's next on the horizon for Arka and his process, his journey.
Sweet, definitely. So I've basically, I mean, this retreat was like an initiation into the next chapter of my life. And I'm now like indefinitely solo traveling for the first time properly in my life. Something that I've wanted to do since I was like 19. And due to my conditioning was like staying in unhealthy relationships, being in situations that didn't serve me. And now I've got myself to this point where I can actually finally do this huge trip of a lifetime that I've been wanting to do for ages. And I will be next week going to Austria, staying on a farm there, with a shaman and just hanging out, you know, having some cool chats, I'm sure some interesting experiences.
Yeah.
And for a few weeks, they're gonna write my book, which I've been working on for a few months now. It's like basically mapping out the process of alchemy and transformation to be of support to people in their journey. People who are maybe still working through stuff that I've worked through a bit in the past, because I feel as though this experience, as you've mentioned before, is like we find the tools and the things that serve us, and then once we've worked through that to a certain extent, we can give that gift to other people. And this book is, going to be a tool for me to help people that I'm working with in the future with various things that they're working through. And then I'm going to Egypt. I'm going to go unlock the ancient technologies of the pyramids. I just feel there's a deep, like, energetic calling for me with Egypt.
Cool, yeah.
Maybe some past life stuff going on. So just going to go check that out. And then it's an open book after that, really. And seeing where my will takes me.
Wicked, mate. Wicked. Cool. And I guess finally, with all of this experience that you've had over the last few months and being here and that ahead, how do you feel?
Today,
for context, I guess you broke your fast 9 days ago, 8 days ago?
8 days ago.
8 days ago.
Yeah.
So for a 14-day fast, there's like a six-day refeeding period. And then kind of from that day on, I recommend that people, eat and what they want and gradually increase exercise each day. Kind of taking the time to slowly reintroduce foods and enjoying the satisfaction from whole food for as long as possible. And you've done that refeeding process plus a few days, seem ready and fit and able and raring to go and heading off tomorrow. Yeah, how you feeling?
Yeah, man. The refeeding was interesting. Like I said, there's some days where the energy would really dip and some days where it was super high.
It takes a while to get a bit of rhythm.
Yeah, I didn't sleep for a few days. Kind of had felt like electricity was flowing through my veins at times.
Yeah.
I was going to shoot lightning bolts out of my hands, which was cool. And today, actually, last night was the first time I've had a completely good night's sleep. Feel completely rested, and the level of clarity of energy today, and just like there's just exuberance in my energy, like truly just feeling motivated to go and get it. Just
wicked.
Super excited.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's like the perfect point to finish. I feel like so complete today. That is the word. I feel complete today.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Wicked, mate. Well, I think we'll leave it there. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, bro. Thanks for being here. Thanks for showing up in my life. Thanks for saying yes. Thanks for your trust. Thanks for your appetite for all this shit. No pun intended. And thanks for your vulnerability and authenticity. I love you, and I am very excited for you to see you crack on and discover and do whatever the fuck you're going to choose to do.
Yeah, it's an open book right now.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. And I love you too, my friend.
No,
we got that one.
Yes. Oh, my brother.
I'm so excited for you.
Me too for you, bro. All right.
Good stuff.
Have some of that.
Yes.